When a jet is hit mid-air, the first thing that happens is shock, literally. A violent jolt. The aircraft may shudder, warning alarms blare instantly. The pilot's training kicks in, but the nature of the hit determines everything. Was it a missile, flak, a bird strike, a collision with another aircraft, or was it structural failure from excessive G-forces? Missile strikes are usually detected seconds before impact, giving the pilot a chance to deploy flares, chaff, or perform evasive maneuvers. But if the missile hits, especially a heat-seeking one targeting the engine, it can cripple power instantly. Flames may engulf the engine, systems fail, hydraulics go offline. The pilot now fights to stabilize the aircraft, but without hydraulic systems, the control surfaces like rudders or ailerons may stop responding. Some modern jets like the F-35 have redundant systems, backup electronics and flight computers that take over. But in older jets, loss of hydraulics can mean immediate disaster. If the jet starts spinning, it becomes nearly impossible to recover, especially at low altitudes. But at high altitudes, pilots may try to regain control by reducing thrust or using manual override systems. This is where years of military flight training matter. Pilots rehearse dozens of emergency scenarios in simulators. They know how to shut down an engine mid-flight, switch to emergency fuel lines, and prepare for ejection if needed. Some even practice gliding a jet without power, something almost unimaginable at 40,000 feet, yet not impossible. One example. In 2003, an Israeli F-15 pilot landed his jet with one entire wing missing. Yes, one wing. After a mid-air collision, he stabilized using the engine's thrust and carefully balanced the aircraft to a safe landing. It's still considered one of the most insane landings in military aviation. If all control is lost and the aircraft is nosediving or on fire, pilots must eject. Ejection seats are explosive and violent. The canopy is blown off, and within milliseconds the seat launches the pilot out of the jet, followed by a parachute deployment. But it's not always a happy ending. Ejecting at supersonic speeds or low altitude is extremely risky. Broken bones, spinal injuries, even death can occur. Not all hits come from enemy fire. Mid-air collisions are a real threat. Fighter jets often fly in close formations during training or air shows, and one small miscalculation can be fatal. In 2022, two MiG-29s collided during a night training exercise in India. One pilot ejected safely, the other didn't survive. At night, even with advanced radar, depth perception and distance can be deceiving. You'd think birds wouldn't matter in a war machine, but they do. A bird sucked into a jet engine can cause what's called a compressor stall, damaging the turbine blades and potentially shutting down the engine. In 2018, a Saudi F-15 hit a large bird mid-air during takeoff. The engine caught fire. The pilot, against all odds, turned the jet around and landed it safely. Maintenance teams found parts of the bird inside the engine core. Modern jets are built to handle damage better than ever. Redundant flight systems, armored cockpit walls, auto-ejection systems, and fire suppression units give pilots more chances of survival. The F-35, for example, uses stealth and situational awareness to avoid being hit altogether. But even if it is hit, the jet can fly in degraded mode, relying on backups to bring the pilot home. When a jet is hit mid-air, it becomes a race between chaos and control. Every second counts. The pilot must make split-second decisions, rely on training, and trust the jet's engineering. Sometimes they land, sometimes they eject, and sometimes they don't make it back. It's a brutal reminder of the risks behind the speed, power, and glory of air combat. This is what really happens when a jet is hit in mid-air.